Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into a really unique stack of sources.
hmm
We're looking at a framework that blends, high-level tech consulting with some of the deepest esoteric concepts out there.
Yeah, things like the Tree of Life, classical astrology, ancient history. It's a pretty ambitious synthesis, frankly.
It really is. So most business guides, they just focus on external stuff, right?
hmm
Market forces, metrics.
Exactly. But what these sources are saying, what this whole players collective philosophy asserts, is that you can't have external success without internal alignment.
So understanding your soul blueprint, as they call it, is the first step.
It's the non-negotiable prerequisite for mastering the market. That's the core idea.
Okay. That sets our mission up perfectly then. We need to unpack this whole framework.
Right.
The goal here is to give you the tools to go from being what they call a pawn who just reacts to everything to becoming a player, someone who uses that deep self-knowledge to master the entire game.
And crucially, monetize their creativity. It's key to remember that self-knowledge and business strategy are like two sides of the same coin here. You can't win the game if you don't know the rules your own soul is playing by.
So let's start with the mindset because that seems to be the foundation for everything else.
It is.
The whole philosophy is about shifting from just, surviving to sovereignty, to building a kingdom.
Hmm.
So if that's the starting point, what's the ultimate prize? What are we aiming for?
They define it as joyful holistic sovereignty.
Okay.
And it's not just about money, and it's not just about, feeling peaceful. It's this integrated state where your creative fire, your peace of mind, and your financial stability are all aligned. They're self-sustaining.
You become the ruler of your inner world, which then shapes your outer world.
That's it.
That sounds incredible, but, life is full of setbacks. How does a player handle failure? This brings us to what they call play number one, the alchemist's flip.
Right. The alchemist's flip. It's a fundamental shift in how you see things.
So a loss isn't a loss.
It's tuition. You're paying in emotional and energetic currency. A setback is just the raw material you need for your next breakthrough.
Yeah.
But it's not some, easy platitude. It requires really intense inner work.
And part of that work is being willing to let the weaker parts of yourself burn away. They have a very specific term for this, right?
They do. They call it the nigredo.
Yeah.
In classical alchemy, the nigredo is this stage of total darkness and dissolution,
The breakdown.
the complete breakdown of the raw matter before it can be turned into gold. Psychologically, it means you have to let the fearful, self-sabotaging parts of your ego die.
So the virtue you gain from that process, that's the real win.
That's the win. You needed that fire to forge the resilience for what comes next.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so instead of thinking, why is this happening to me? You're immediately asking, what character trait is this pain forcing me to develop? That's a huge shift.
It is, and the sources stress that the peace you get from this isn't about chasing some fleeting moment of calm every day.
Yeah.
Peace is something you have to actively allow into your life. The ultimate price for that kind of peace is just letting go of fear. Fear is the only real enemy.
And it's so interesting how they tie this back to, ancient philosophy. They cite leaders like Marcus Aurelius.
The Roman emperor, yeah.
Yeah.
He ran the biggest empire on earth, but he always stressed that the only thing you truly control is the quality of your own mind.
And they also bring up Miyamoto Musashi.
The swordsman. His discipline of the void. It's all about achieving this absolute clarity by stripping away every single unnecessary thought and attachment.
So the battlefield is always internal first.
Always. You master the mind before you can master the market.
Okay, let's move from the mindset to the map. To get this level of mastery, you need diagnostics, right? An atlas to the soul, or their energetic blueprint. What are the core tools they propose?
The framework pulls from three major systems that work together to give you this multi-layered picture of your own wiring.
To stop trying to fit into a generic box.
Exactly. And to leverage the system you're actually given.
So, tool one, astrology. And we're not talking about, newspaper horoscopes.
No, not at all. This is the cosmic weather report. We go way past the basics, like your sun sign, your moon, your rising sign.
So what's the player's move here?
It's using your chart as a navigational tool for your evolution. And that's where the lunar nodes become absolutely critical.
Okay, break the nodes down for us. What are they, practically?
Think of them as your soul's GPS. The south node is your rearview mirror. It's what you've already mastered, your comfort zone, the habits you fall back on. It's easy, but it keeps you stuck.
And the north node.
That's your destination. It's the path to real growth, to fulfillment. It's where you need to stretch yourself in this lifetime.
So, for example, if I have a south node in, say, a really structured sign like Capricorn, I might naturally love corporate jobs. But if my north node is in Cancer,
Your growth path would be telling you to leave that structure, to build something deeply personal, maybe even home-based, something emotionally nurturing.
it gives you immediate guidance on where to apply that alchemist flip we talked about.
Exactly. Tool 2 is human design.
Right.
Now, this one is maybe the most technical. It's a fusion system. It blends astrology with the Chinese I Ching, the Kabbalah, the chakra systems.
It's like an owner's manual for your energy.
That's a perfect way to put it. It tells you exactly how your aura is designed to interact with the world.
And the most practical part of this, for anyone in business, seems to be understanding your energy type and its strategy.
Oh, it's crucial. Because it reveals that not everyone is designed to just hustle 24/7. There are 5 main energy types, and each has a specific way of engaging with the world to avoid resistance.
Like the manifestors.
Right. Manifestors are here to initiate, but their strategy is to inform people before they act. If they don't, they just hit walls. And then you have generators who need to wait to respond to what lights up their gut. They can't just push things.
And what about the projectors? I hear a lot about them.
Projectors are guides, but they have non-sustaining energy. Their strategy is to wait for the invitation. They have to be recognized and invited in for their wisdom
Yeah.
if they just push their advice on people.
They get exhausted and resentful.
And completely unseen. So knowing your strategy is the ultimate act of self-acceptance and really energy management.
Okay, that brings us to the third tool, numerology, the code in our birth date.
Yes. Numerology calculates your life path number. You just sum up all the digits of your full birth date. This number is the central theme of your life, the main lessons you're here to learn.
So if your number is a 1, your theme is leadership. A 4 is about building structure.
Precisely. It's another layer of clarity on your purpose.
And all of this is anchored by the tree of life, which the sources call, and I love this, the layout of the whole damn city. They put a lot of emphasis on the middle lane. Why is that the king's path?
Because the middle lane is the path of balanced integration. It connects the extremes, logic and intuition, structure and flow. The player has to be a master of systems and strategy, but without losing their soul, their creativity. It's the path of the sovereign.
So we have the mindset and the blueprint. How does this all translate into, actually making a living? Let's talk about the DPC business model.
All right, this is where it gets really tangible. The founder's story is key. A professional dancer who became a software engineer.
An unusual combination.
Very. And he realized that the same principles that govern a complex computer system should govern a creative business. Creatives often get stuck trading time for money. The DPC service helps them build automated systems, digital products, passive revenue streams to free them from that client cycle.
So if I know my human design, I can tailor my tech and my business strategy to match my energy.
Exactly. If you're a manifestor, you don't do a long, slow launch. You build a clear, informative announcement system with AI-driven marketing flows to handle the interests you create. You use the blueprint to define the how.
And the structure is even reflected in the DPC business itself with these 3 marketplace council archetypes.
Yes, and they aren't just mascots. They manage specific operational areas.
Okay, so who are they?
You have a Nancy, the trickster technologist. A Nancy handles all the systems, the AI, the infrastructure, the logic engine. Then there's Oryxon, the Phoenix creator. Oryxon is all about branding, story, aesthetics, the vital narrative.
The message.
The message.
Yeah.
And finally, Suryandaran, the starseer, who guides the community and culture, the heart and soul of the operation. It keeps the business balanced between the mechanism, the message, and the mission.
Okay, we've got the inner map and the real-world application. Now, let's zoom all the way out to the final and most controversial context the sources provide, the macro game.
Yeah, and this requires, careful and impartial reporting of what's in the research.
Of course.
The material concludes with a highly provocative theory that human civilization was systematically architected by 200 high-ranking celestial beings.
Beings referred to as the Watchers or fallen angels.
Correct. Over a period stretching back 5,500 years.
And this is used to explain our sort of dual nature as humans.
That's what's proposed. It's offered as the explanation for an angelic-human hybridization experiment, which resulted in modern humanity having both incredible technological gifts
The angelic side.
and these deep, persistent moral contradictions, the human side. The sources claim these beings guided our technological development in cycles, from Atlantis and Lemuria to the sudden explosion of AI and genetic engineering we see today.
And this current tech boom is said to mirror the antediluvian conditions, the conditions before the Great Flood.
That's the claim. So it isn't just history, it's the context for the game we're all playing right now.
And if that's the back row game, then the entire player philosophy becomes even more critical.
Absolutely. Your internal sovereignty, mastery of your mind, your energy, your blueprint, that becomes the only thing you can actually control. It's your only defense against these huge external forces.
So the big takeaway is the game might be rigged, but self-knowledge and disciplined action are the only way to gain any real agency.
That's the ultimate revelation.
Yeah.
And the final provocative thought they leave you with is this. Our hybrid nature and these global advancements are leading to a kind of culmination point, mirroring those past destructive cycles. So if the personal price of peace is facing your own fear, that small death of the ego in the negredo, then the ultimate choice facing humanity is between the angelic kingdom that shaped us and the divine authority they rebelled against.
And that choice is playing out every day.
In our actions,
Yeah.
in our inner alignment.
That is a monumental foundation to build your identity on. So for you listening, if your existence is scientifically supernatural, what foundation are you building your life on before you try to circle all the possibilities out there? Go run your numbers, check your chart, and start building your own code with real intention. We'll see you on the next deep dive.